Welcome to Grace, Gratitude, and Generosity. The 3Gs, a program sponsored by the Robbinsdale Parkway United Church of Christ. I'm Reverend T. Michael Rock, and we are so blessed that you are here with us today. This is such a gift to be able to connect through this ministry that calls us to be in deeper connection with each other. And I had this beautiful experience, and I encourage you to find where that is in your world. But there's a documentary out right now called Mission Joy, which is a conversation between His Holiness the Dalai Lama and Archbishop Desmond Tutu, often called Arch. These two older men, over 80 years old, come together to share their joy of each other. And what struck me about this is a beautiful place to be in this season. In our place in the world where it's getting colder, the days are getting shorter, I need to remind you that in the midst of that all, we're invited into a deeper sense of understanding who we are. And what I loved about the conversation, there's tons of wisdom and tons of beautiful truths that are born out of their relationship, their friendship, and the way they laugh together and have such joy together. And how they're moving each other through their deep senses of trauma. For His Holiness the Dalai Lama, it's the trauma of being in exile for 56 years and not being allowed to be where he wants to be and where his heart is in Tibet, but the Chinese government is not allowing that to be. And for Archbishop Desmond Tutu, it's the deep and abiding pain of growing up in the world of apartheid, separate and discriminated, and all kinds of oppressions that move in that system that we're still experiencing today in many places. And so they see the pain of the world, they feel the pain of the world, and they know that in their relationship with each other and with their movement of the Spirit that is beyond their tradition, there is joy. And what moves me so much about this video conversation between these two men, is how much they reach out for each other, how much they touch each other's faces and hands and arms. Their skin contact is so powerful. And you can tell that each of them is wanting and needing and loving to be in touch with each other, like literally holding on to each other. And I'm encouraging you in all those ways of good consent and good boundaries and all those different things to find people in your life that you can find that holy touch, that holy way where you can hold a hand, to experience a caress, to be held in your face and in your body, to know that there's a way to find that touch in the midst of this broken world. I can't tell you how important it is to experience being held, being reached out for, to being invited into that sacred touch. It's an immediate feeling of wholeness, like I'm connected to something that is beyond myself, and my whole being finds comfort in that possibility. What was beautiful about Mission Joy was the embodiment of that experience. The embodiment of knowing that these two older men, one committed to a life of celibacy, but knowing that his joy is in the touch of another, and that he is beautifully filled up in that wonderful way to know that we are connected and we are whole. And there's nothing I would love to do is to find your consent to reach out and grab a hand and to know that we are one in this universe. And it doesn't have to be just a person. It can be that beautiful four-legged furry creature in your life. It could be your fine feathered friend. It could be for some of you the way you understand and connect with those scaly creatures that are your pets and your beloveds. And for many of us, it's walking in the more than human world with grandfather tree and grandmother river. We know that these are deep and abiding connections when we touch and are being held by the wider world. And so I encourage us all in this idea of grace and gratitude and generosity. There's so much out there that is inviting us to be in relationship. inviting us to reach out and touch. Grandmother River is always inviting us to reach out and be in the flow of healing and justice and love. We have no other choice but to speak out for the truth of healing and justice for all peoples everywhere. This is the beauty of touch. It connects us to all peoples everywhere. And we know that is the beauty of how grace and gratitude and generosity enter into our lives. And we are made whole by that. Thank you. Thank you. If you like this video, then click the like button and the bell to subscribe, and know that we will continue to give you a chance to find grace, gratitude, and generosity in your beautiful life.